ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Retro Warriors episode 526. Woo! As always, I'm your host, Justin Baker, and as always, I'm joined by viable human Chris Saturn.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Saturn. I'm realizing in this exact moment I haven't stood up since we started recording at 8:30 p.m.
It's now 11 p.m.
And my butt hurts.
Why didn't you stand up?
I don't know. I didn't need to go pee between shows, so I just stayed here, and I've not moved, and I'm feeling old right now.
We've got all standing desks at my office.
Oh.
And they're adjustable, so you can move them down to sitting style.
Yeah.
But so anytime that I am feeling that groove in my ass starting to hurt, I'll just stand up and tell my desk to raise. And every time I do, the guy that I work with immediately jumps up and he's like, "Did we get a ticket?" I'm like, "No, I'm just standing up."
My wife, her new desk is a motorized standing desk. I've never seen her stand at it. She just sits at it. But it's a nice desk. So
we have two desks at my office that are exclusively standing desks. They don't have the motor, but they do have attached treadmills.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So you can just walk while you're working. Yeah.
My week.
Yes, sir.
I've been playing some Roller Coaster Tycoon.
How's Mr. Bones' Wild Ride?
It is a game that I find intensely frustrating and confusing, and I feel like an idiot every time I play it.
Yeah, I don't care for Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm a theme park person. That's the one I go to.
I like it. I enjoy the game, but like the management of the like ground level management and managing the entrances and exits and like just mapping and putting stuff in the fucking park. I need to play the second or third one. Maybe they're better about it. But I really like the game. It's really fun, but it's kind of finicky to learn exactly how to place your rides.
Oh, did you ever play Theme Park instead?
I did not. No.
It's a little simpler. It's a little closer to like a classic SimCity.
Okay.
As far as the level of interaction you have to have, and so I've always found that one. It's also several years before Roller Coaster Tycoon, so it's not as advanced, but I've always found that a little easier to jump into.
Roller Coaster Tycoon always kind of strikes me like placing roller coasters feels a lot like putting water in your city in SimCity 2000.
Yeah.
Where you're like, man, this is cool, but it's just kind of a little too finicky than what I want it to be. I want it to be a little simpler than this.
That's why I like Theme Park instead. Just a little bit simpler.
Yeah, but still, it would help if I read the fucking manual that told me how to do any of the shit or did any of the tutorials.
That's asking too much.
And then also randomly out of my now downloaded GOG library, I installed a game called Nox.
Oh yeah. When I worked at EB, that was always the game right next to Oni on the shelf that wouldn't sell.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Those were my PC games that won't sell library.
I had started it because I had heard someone say they were like, it's kind of like a Diablo clone, but a little weirder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good description. It's like a weird Diablo-like. The controls are just enough like Diablo to be confusing in the ways that they're different.
Mm-hmm.
So like instead of clicking on a location to walk to it, you hold down your right mouse and push the direction you want to walk, and then while you're walking, you click your left mouse to attack. Which is a little, I can't tell if it's clunky or if I'm just really used to traditional Diablo action RPG controls. But the game is really weird. It has a weird sense of humor. It's a Westwood game. It's Westwood Studios. Right. Very kind of strange sense of humor. I'm kind of intrigued by it. I don't know how much of it I'm going to play, but it's very humor-wise feels similar to like a Dungeon Keeper.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like a weird Diablo-like game, but with the humor of Dungeon Keeper, which might be enough to.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's intriguing. I'll say that I'm having an intriguing time with it. I'm barely into it.
Does it have any random live-action cutscenes like Westwood's other games?
I didn't watch the cutscenes at the beginning because the game doesn't run super good on Windows 11, and so I had disabled them right off the bat to figure some shit out. And eventually I downloaded an SDL launcher that makes it run a lot better, but I need to go back and watch them because there's no intro of the game. It's you start the game and they're like, your name's Jack, here you are.
Yeah.
And the story is something about you get sucked into your video game. So it's one of those Captain N style stories.
Isekai things, yeah.
Yeah. But I'd looked up the Wikipedia for it, and the Wikipedia talks about how the magic and trap system was inspired by Magic the Gathering.
Hmm.
And I'm like, all right, the humor of Dungeon Keeper over Diablo with weird controls in a Captain in Isekai story with Magic the Gathering I don't fucking know what this
Did
is
you
anymore.
make this?
It sounds like I did. I had the Wikipedia up. Hold on. Yeah, there are pre-rendered full motion videos.
Yeah.
So I
And
do need to
also
go
randomly
back and watch
Godzilla shows up.
I at this fucking point, I wouldn't put it past it. Would not put it past it. It's very weird. Apparently, there's a lot of multiplayer stuff. I know nothing about it. I didn't read the manual. Didn't read anything. I didn't watch the opening cutscenes. I was just like, I heard this game is cool, and installed it off my network and started playing it. But it's very, very interesting. I think I'm going to end up putting more time into it. But yeah, what have you been doing, Saturn?
I finally got my copy of Shadow Labyrinth.
Oh my
yesterday.
god. The dark, gritty Metroidvania
Yes.
Pac-Man reboot roguelike.
Oh,
How is
man.
it?
So, tonally, it's strange.
All right.
Because it does want to give that that grimdark Hollow Knight vibe, but then it also will occasionally squeeze in a reference to other, classic Namco arcade games.
Sure.
Also, you start the game as a giant lizard mech robot,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and you eat your enemies as this giant lizard mech robot.
Okay.
And then you wake up as the dude who you play as the rest of the game, but you eventually gain the ability to turn back into the giant lizard mech robot, which I think is from another Namco arcade game. I just don't know which one. They call it Gaia, so I feel like that's a reference to something.
Yeah.
But it is very difficult. You start the game with, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 hit points, and enemies do between 1 or 2 hit points per hit.
Oh shit.
So you die real quick.
They weren't fucking around about it being a roguelike.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not very roguelike at all because it's
Okay.
all very bespoke maps. It's not randomly generated in any way.
Okay.
It is a
okay.
it's a Souls-like because you start with an Estus flask that
Mhm,
refills every time you get to a save point.
All right.
But no, it's very difficult. It does have some Hollow Knight vibes to it. There are random Pac-Man maze tracks around the maps, and as soon as you touch them, you turn into Pac-Man and you just run along the maze track.
Okay.
I can't decide yet how much I am enjoying it because the difficulty is just enough that I want to take frequent breaks, but there are times when it feels like it is a flash game quality game,
Mhm.
and other times where it has some decent polish. I don't know. I'm still on the fence on it. So far, I like it slightly more than that recent Prince of Persia game that everybody seemed to like, but
Yeah.
I did not like. But I have not yet decided that it's nowhere near the quality of a Hollow Knight. I will say that.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight is just polish. It is 100% polish. This wants to be Hollow Knight, but is not willing to put in the polish. So I'm still trying to decide how much I like it. I'm trying to pull up the screenshot that I took of the game because when you use the fast travel to navigate, here it is. It'll tell you what the names of the areas are, and I believe these are all, at least in my mind, the canonical names of Pac-Man areas going forward. You've got the Womb of the Abyss.
Okay.
You got the Throne of the All-Seeing Eye, the Cave of Ashes, and the Secret Cave of the Fiery Ridge. I believe that's what all of the areas in Pac-Man were
Right.
called.
Obviously. Yeah. Clearly.
Naturally, first area of Pac-Man was Womb of the Abyss.
Yeah. It feels like
That-
the womb of the abyss.
That feels natural to Pac-Man. Also, your little Pac-Man shaped companion is named Puck, presumably because nobody has vandalized his cabinet yet.
Not yet. Soon.
Yeah, right. But it's strange. I'm still sussing out if I'm gonna enjoy it or not.
Yeah, I'm very curious about it, but I didn't jump in on it just because I had other stuff going on at the time, and I was like, well, it's on Steam. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I had to import it because the physical Xbox release, Bamco only released in Europe for some reason.
Okay.
Which is weird because North America is the biggest market for Xbox, but this isn't the first Bandai Namco game I've had to import from Europe on Xbox because Klonoa I also had to import.
Yeah.
because they didn't release it in North America. Also, Euphoria 2 was only in Europe on Xbox.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
And so I am a little worried about the new Katamari game because I think that's going to be exclusive in Europe if it releases physical at all.
Maybe we'll
Xbox.
get a key card. Let's do some news.
Yes, sir.
First up, Julian LaFay, chief engineer, designer, and programmer for the first 2 games of the Elder Scrolls series, has passed away due to cancer at age 59. So young.
Oh.
So
The older I get, the younger that feels.
I know. So sad to hear that. Contributed
That's
a lot
rough.
to the Elder Scrolls series.
Absolutely.
Unfortunate to hear about their passing.
All right.
Immediately into the stupid news. Nintendo insists that Mario and Peach are just good friends. I think
And they were roommates.
The best. I think the best comment I read on this was 30 years of kissing meant nothing to you. They also insist this about Link and Zelda, which has a little bit more validity.
Yeah.
But
because we haven't seen Zelda kiss Link repeatedly in every game.
Right. Nobody's fucking buying this, though.
Yeah.
Nobody is buying this at all. But it does make me wonder if maybe, maybe there's room for Luigi to finally find love.
Well, wasn't Daisy supposed to be Luigi's love interest?
No, they're also just good friends.
Oh, right. Yeah, they're also good friends. Yeah, they were also roommates.
Yeah. They're all just roommates. I know news like this from Nintendo always means nothing. Because even if this
but
was
it's still fun to
even if
joke
Nintendo
about.
themselves directly contradicted this a year ago,
Yeah.
they'd be like, no, this is the new canon now.
Yeah.
I just find it
It turns
dumb.
out it's all just a stage play, and Peach is actually played by Toad. They're the same person.
They're also working on a new Super Mario movie, and I'm curious to see how Mario and Peach's relationship is presented in that as well. So
they will still be roommates.
I mean, Bowser's definitely in it for love. He's
Yes.
straight up. He's
Yeah.
wanting marriage. He's wanting the full experience. So
he's looking for love. He's so lost without.
It's
her.
weird that he's the only one, and everyone else is just like, nah, we're just friends. It
Yeah.
does make me kind of imagine a world where Mario goes home to a wife that he just never mentions.
Yeah.
She's like, I was working. He's like, it's fucking terrible. I had to stomp on all these turtles, and then this big turtle stole this lady, and
Well, maybe Pauline was his wife the whole time.
maybe. Anyway,
She was the only one who was confirmed to be his girlfriend at one point.
Oh, okay.
Back
Maybe
in
we're
Donkey
onto
Kong
something.
days.
Maybe we're
Yeah.
onto something. Young people in Britain have discovered they can get around Discord's age gate by by using the photo mode in Death Stranding.
Just presenting a picture of Norman Reedus.
For people
And then Discord's like, oh yeah, you're an adult.
people that have been following the news, in Britain,
new
they
law in
have
Britain,
new
yeah.
laws where you have to prove your age, and so companies are going about it different ways. Discord's using
one
a
of the
photo
options
mode.
Discord is offering is a photo capture to determine if you're an adult.
I want to see more ridiculous thing. Like I want to see like who's that guy? You know when you get the little magnet and it's a face and you can use the
Wooly Willy.
Yeah, I want to see like someone do a Wooly Willy and see if they can get past it, or just like put on a fake mustache and see if they can get past it. Put 3 kids in a trench coat and see if they can get past it. Like how many different ways can we get past this stupid, nonsensical, ineffective safeguard that safeguards no one from anything?
Well, yeah, if you can get past it with Norman Reedus and his magic fetus, then clearly it wasn't much of an age gate to begin with.
There were previously rumors that pointed to EA remaking Plants vs. Zombies as Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, and it has been confirmed
Yes.
by Nintendo during the Nintendo Direct. Today features local co-op and versus. It's like they listened to the show.
Yeah.
I think is what it is. Now, looking at it on Steam, it looks pretty Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, it looks basically the same as the original. Supposedly it's been remastered in high definition.
My concern is I don't see the mini games anywhere.
They did mention tons of mini games in the trailer.
All right, because this is what
So
we
I'm
talked about on the
guessing
show.
those
I
are
was like,
there.
if they make games like this today, they don't include all this shit.
Like at the very least, they showed walnut bowling, but that's also part of the game. It's one of the mini games that are in one of the levels.
Yeah, it says the original game, fully remastered, fend off waves, team up with a friend in local, which sounds fun, head-to-head in PvP, which sounds fun, visual options through the Tree of Wisdom. Yeah, it says relive classic minigames like walnut bowling.
Yeah, that is one of them.
I feel like if they had all the minigames, they would be like, all of the minigames have been remastered too. I'm suspicious.
I am surprised that it is only $20, which was the price of the original game back in the day. I would have thought EA would have EA'd this and made it like $30 or $40 and included some bad CG graphics or something.
I'm excited to see this. Do Peggle next, please.
Right?
Please,
and
Peggle
not
me.
Peggle 2.
Don't do, or unless you're gonna fix it. If you fix it, maybe do Peggle 2.
Yeah, and then you can Peggle Justin all night.
God damn it. Sony has sued Tencent over Light of Motiram.
I don't know.
Which is just a carbon copy of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Did you look at the pictures of this?
I did. It looks like Horizon Zero Dawn.
It is blatant. Holy crap. Like when I first saw this news story, I was like, okay, Sony, whatever. Everybody's ripping you off. And then I went and looked at it. I was like, no, that is Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know who thought they were going to get away with this.
Tencent's a Chinese company. I don't think they give a hot fuck what Sony has to say about them in a court of law. They might yank it out of a region or whatever, but they're going to be like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, but the fact that it was available on like all platforms briefly.
True.
That's bold.
Aya Neo announces the Pocket DS, a flip dual-screen Android handheld. Why do I feel like I'm having deja vu?
Right? In the news article that I said that they were announcing the first ever flip dual-screen Android handheld. And I was like, I swear they announced this months ago. But maybe the other one wasn't Android?
No, they announced the Aya Neo Flip.
Yeah. Oh, this is the Pocket DS. This is not the Flip.
Aya Neo Flip right here.
Yeah, this isn't the Flip, though. This is the Pocket DS.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, is the Flip was the previous one, because I'm looking at news from January. It says Aya Neo, I thought they had already Indiegogo'd it, but I guess maybe the Flip turned into the Aya Neo DS?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. In any case.
But Aya Neo, in their press release 2 days ago, claimed this is the first ever dual-screen Android device.
I don't know what to fucking think anymore. I'll say this. If it happens, then I'm excited for... You know what it was? The Aya Neo Flip had a Ryzen in it. And so it was expensive. And I haven't looked at this one to see if it's Android, it's probably not a Ryzen. So it's probably just a little Android machine. So I don't fucking know what's happening at Aya Neo. If this comes out, I hope it's affordable and can emulate DS games, because we need good DS and 3DS emulation options.
Right.
Please, please, please. We really need those badly. Because right now it's just buy a DS or 3DS or play them in a shitty way.
Right.
Are kind of the only fucking options, which sucks.
Yeah.
Nintendo released Mario Paint on Nintendo Switch Online. Do we know if we can use regular USB mice?
You can.
Okay.
On the original Switch, you can use any USB mouse. On the Switch 2, you can use a USB mouse or use either Joy-Con as a mouse.
Now, I currently have Mario Paint still hooked up to my TV in my living room right now. So
what I don't know is if you can use not a mouse. I don't know if it supports just regular analog controls or not.
I would hope not,
no idea.
because that would be pretty bad.
Because if not, then Switch users by default can't play the game without buying some extra accessory.
I guess, but it's like, how else? It's Mario Paint. What are you going to, I don't know. I will.
I was a little surprised they never released it on Wii U, but the more I think about it, the stylus controls would have been pretty awful for it.
You think so? I think it would have worked out. I think it would have had to been more like a reimagining than just, here's the ROM.
Yeah, because things like Nat Attack, you're not going to be able to do that with a stylus as easily. They'd have to reprogram the game.
I do want to point out that you typoed and wrote Mario Pant.
Oh, yeah, Mario Pant.
Which is my favorite.
Yeah. It comes with a single men's pant.
The second pant is DLC.
That's optional.
If you want the pants. It's the pants DLC. Atari has purchased Thunderful, the developer of the SteamWorld games, which is sad to me. I
Yeah.
feel like the SteamWorld games, I'm guilty of not following them all, but I feel like all of them that came out were pretty well regarded. I liked SteamWorld
Yeah.
Dig. I played the first strategy game they did. What was that one? SteamWorld Heist, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
It was really I just kind of fell out of it. I think
Yeah,
they made a card game at some point.
Yeah, and Atari's been doing good things lately.
True.
And I give them credit for that. But I worry the shoe's going to drop eventually, and then they're going to hold all of these good indie companies, and that's worrying to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, they already hold all the good indie companies. And they'll let them exist by their graces.
For a moment.
Yeah. I think SteamWorld Quest was the newest one, which was, I think, a full-blown RPG. SteamWorld Dig was a hell of a lot of fun. I always meant to check out the sequel, and I never got around to it because busy. I'm so busy with things and stuff. The developer of DuckStation has declared war against Linux.
Did you read this dumb drama?
No, what does that mean?
Okay, so he apparently changed his license a couple months ago, where it is no longer free GNU public license.
I remember that he dropped GNU, and that was a big deal, and yeah.
And apparently, people are still just forking the pre-license change version and releasing that on the Arch user repository, which is a place for Arch users to upload their own stuff to the package manager instead of using the official package manager. And he was so upset about it that he introduced code into DuckStation that if it detects someone is trying to install it through the Arch user repository, it breaks the whole application.
Oh.
And when someone asked him about it, he said, well, my next step is just going to be to remove Linux support altogether because all these people, all these Linux users are just terrible and ungrateful and they destroy everything. And he apparently delisted it from Flatpak because he said only 1 or 2 people ever even used the Flatpak version. But you can go to FlatHub and see that it has like 4 million downloads.
I'm using the Flatpak version right now.
Oh, well, that one's discontinued and no longer supported.
Off of FlatHub.
Yeah, it's not supported anymore.
God damn it.
And so somebody has forked the pre-license change version into a new emulator called Swan Station that will continue to be GPL and get updates.
Good.
But the whole thing is just dumb as shit.
The idea that Linux users destroy things when the Linux project and Linux users are the...
They pop up so many things in our life right now, from Android and Raspberry Pis, and all this shit is powered by Linux, whether we know it or not. And that's the problem. It's the Linux people.
All right then. World of Warcraft has added a single button assist mode, and my immediate reaction was that's dumb, and then my immediate next reaction was I kind of think that's brilliant, and I want that.
The most recent update to Final Fantasy XIV changed several jobs to single button now.
Oh, I like that. See, because here's my thing. So I talked about this in the chat. Like, so what it does is it picks the next best thing in your skill rotation to do. Mm-hmm. So you just push the one button. Now it won't heal for you. It won't tank for you. You just have to play the game if you're not doing DPS. It's kind of limited in those ways. But the idea of you can play an MMO, you can be effective, and you can not have to get down. Because I like MMOs. I don't love getting into the nitty gritty of skill rotations and maximizing all my. That's not me. Yeah. And sometimes when you're not that person in the MMO crowd, you can feel a little
overwhelmed,
and a little displaced because everyone else is so efficiency focused.
Yeah. With the newest expansion on 14, they had changed several jobs so that what used to be like 3-hit rotations were all by default moved into one button, but you could still separate them out if you chose to. But if you left them on one button, as soon as you press the one, that button just changed into the next action so that you could press it as soon as it's available.
Yeah.
And the newest job they added, Viper, is almost exclusively one button. Like all of his abilities are on the one button rotation.
Yeah. Like I like that. The idea of getting to play an MMO and not have to get too min-maxy with skill rotations and stuff and using the correct skills. And apparently Wowhead did some research, and it unless you're like a high-end elite player, it is better to use the one button assist if you're doing
Nice,
if you're in a class that can utilize it. So
Yeah. Nice.
I like the idea of MMOs getting more playable and accessible in these kinds of ways instead of in other ways that I think are silly, like, oh, skip to the highest level. Like, oh, so skip the whole game? Why do I want to do that? I want.
Well, because you want to play with your friends.
You should want me to play the game. They can go make new characters. Come fucking play with me.
No.
I can make Saturn run around behind me on his fat chocobo and do shit for me. Well,
I will. I don't have to make any character
dumb low-level
for it, though.
quests.
Yeah, I do worry about how they manage MMOs once they get that long. Because you have the core players, the ones that keep paying for it every single month. They're the ones that want the more challenge. They want the more hardcore whatever. But you can't get any new players if you keep going that route, because the new players aren't ready for that. They need to be warmed into it. Yeah. And you've already killed off all the low-level content that doesn't do anything anymore because the existing players aren't playing it anymore. So it's a stressful treadmill.
It is. It's frustrating, and there's no real easy answer for it. We talk a lot about MMOs in the Discord, and it's like we all come to it for different stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm literally just there because I want a chat room that has a game latched onto it. That's all I'm after. Right. I'm here to socialize. If I didn't want to socialize, I wouldn't play an MMO. I would go play something else. So any moment I'm playing an MMO and I'm not socializing, I don't see the point. I'm like, what am I? I'll go play a better fucking game than this. I don't know why.
I don't want to socialize. That's
and you're the opposite. Yeah, you're like, I just want to grind through MMO content and not have to ever speak to another human.
I want to fill a bunch of meters and bars.
And then still the third person is like, I need to play as efficiently as possible at the highest elite level, or I don't want to be here. And all three of us are valid MMO players that...
And then the fourth person is just, I want to make a nightclub for only cat girls.
Yeah.
And I want to shout about it in public everywhere.
What would happen? What happens when you go to those? I don't even know.
I don't know. I refuse to go to one.
It's got to be a scam.
They won't stop asking.
It's got to be a scam, but how do you scam me with this?
Right? I don't know.
Back to the news. Nintendo Direct. There's a Nintendo Direct today. It was a partner Direct.
Yeah.
They announced a few things. Monster Hunter Stories 3 coming out next year, which is cool. I've still not played any of the Monster Hunter Stories. But that is the kid-oriented JRPG spin-off game that they made. I believe it's like turn-based, and you like catch monsters, and it's
they kept calling the guy a Rathalos rider.
Yeah, Rathalos is a monster in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Rathalos. Yeah. He's also in 14.
Yes. Also might be in Smash Brothers.
He's in Smash Brothers, yeah.
They announced Once Upon a Katamari, which is a new Katamari game, which is exciting.
Yes, and it takes place in different time periods, and that's really neat to me. I'm all for ancient Greek Katamari.
Yep. So hopefully this one is... I'm always nervous with Konami.
Yeah. No, this isn't Konami. That's Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco. I don't know why I thought Konami. Well, then I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I feel like Katamari's has some ups
is,
and downs, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The only thing I'm curious about is whether or not it's going to get a physical. I hope it looks like it's at least getting a physical on PS5 and Switch. I'm hoping it gets physical on everything.
That'd be nice. We got the PvZ remake announced. Obviously, we already talked about that
a minute ago.
Pac-Man World Repack 2, which I'm kind of shocked to see. I feel like Repack came out and everyone kind of just forgot about it immediately.
I bought it.
Well, you bought it, yeah. You're the Pac-Man guy.
I do like Pac-Man.
That's your thing. You like the Pac-Man. Yeah, I'll say this. You're the only person I know that bought it. And I don't remember you talking about it.
A couple people in our chat had picked it up.
I don't know them.
Because we discussed
to acknowledge it. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like it just kind of came and went.
Pac-Man World is neat. It's a neat little 3D action platformer.
I have it on a GameCube, I believe.
It was probably 2 or 3 then.
Yeah.
Because the first one was PS1.
Was the later ones were multi-plat, weren't they? Or were they only GameCube?
I thought they were all single player. No, yeah, they were all multi-platform, yeah.
Okay.
But the first one was PS1. The 2 and 3 were GameCube, PS2, Xbox.
I must have 2 then. That must be the one that I have. Yeah. Also, new HD 2D Square Enix action RPG called The Adventures of Elliot, which is about someone named Elliot who goes on adventures.
Who's dressed like a red mage.
It looks fine.
Apparently Zelda-y.
Yeah.
There's a demo on Switch 2 now, but it's coming to everything.
I think it could go either way. It could go the way of Octopath and be a new classic, or go the way of Triangle Strategy and be forgot about in a month. I don't know which direction it's going to go. But
it's weird. Everyone I heard that played Triangle Strategy said it was excellent. but it just did not make a splash.
It didn't. It's another one that I feel kind of came and went and just sort
Yeah.
of faded out.
Well,
Also,
we have
new,
so many games these days, so
new Octopath game, Octopath prequel, Octopath Zero. They can't make
Yeah.
Octopath 3. It's got to be Octopath Zero.
right. Well, games can't count to 3 anymore.
Everyone says that Octopath 2 is so good, and I disliked Octopath 1 so much that I sold the game. I didn't even shelf it. I was like, I want as much money out of this fucking experience as I can get, and I sold it. And I keep thinking about trying Octopath 2 because everyone says it's so good, but I really didn't like the first one at all.
Yeah. Is there a
so
demo of the second one?
I don't know. I should look into that. There probably is. There probably is. Because I know they've done a demo for the new one. I think they did a demo for the first one, so it'd be weird to me if there wasn't.
Right.
I
you'd
should
think.
try that. Yeah. Also, finally, SNES Online and Nintendo Switch has been updated to have a new CRT filter that fans say more accurately recreates the look of an S-video connection to a CRT, which I can test directly, so we can find out how accurate this is. It's weird to me that things like filters are still getting added. Like
Well, it had a CRT filter before, but this is a new one. They've
Yeah.
replaced the old one because people didn't like it.
yeah.
And from what I saw in a brief search, which mostly ended up with Reddit responses, is people saying, no, this one does really look better. This looks as good as many of the ones in fan emulators. So
Well, good. It's
That's
good.
good.
That
I'm glad to hear
Nintendo
that.
has caught up to 2009.
Yep.
We can finally
Almost
have some
there.
good. I get annoyed when they don't have good filters and stuff. I'm like, look, either don't put a filter in at all, or just literally do any amount of research to see what makes it. Like, there's so much stuff out there
Yeah.
of people talking about exactly how they're tweaking their games to look as good as possible on filters. Any of these companies can look that information up, and they choose not to, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I will say, possibly the worst CRT filter I've ever seen was the one built into the NES and SNES Mini.
Oh yeah. That was
Do you
pretty
remember
bad.
those?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're in the Hackchi software now. You can remove the blur off of it because it was
good.
insanely blurred,
It was super blurry.
and it looks dramatically better. With
Honestly,
that.
it looked like they were going for an RF connection.
I
Style
played on
CRT
RF
filter.
well into the show recording of my life, and I don't
it still
remember it
looks
ever
better
looking
than
that bad.
Well, did you ever have 12 RF adapters chained together so you could have
Oh
all
yeah,
your
I had the
consoles
thing
plugged
where I had
in
to
at
reach back
once?
there and paw at them to slap them around
Yeah.
to get a connection.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's the real nostalgia.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't remember how bad it was.
Feels pretty bad.
Now that I'm on a proper upscaler and all that stuff. Who knows? Anyway, that brings us to our topic at hand,
Yes.
which is Mario Golf. Synopsis:
That's not CRT.
You got your golf in my Mario. And then you say, you
which
got your
Mario,
Mario in
Golf,
my golf.
Justin?
Game Boy Color Mario Golf.
Okay. Yeah.
Specifically, I wanted to play the Game Boy Color Mario Golf because I'd never played it. And I always forget that it released alongside or close to the N64 Mario Golf game,
Just
which
after the N64.
we'll talk
one.
more about.
Yes.
This was developed by Camelot Software Planning. See our episode on them as one of their very first Nintendo published titles.
Yep.
This
Just after Mario Golf.
Yep. This was their second one.
Yep.
Was obviously published by Nintendo, released in Japan August 10th of 99, North America October 5th of 99, and in PAL territories October 26th of 99. It is canonically treated as kind of a sister game to Mario Golf on N64.
Yep. Well, they talk to each other, so yeah.
They do talk to each other, but so does Pokemon Stadium and the Pokemon games, and those aren't really sister games. They're just,
That's fair.
they just talk to each other. So,
Those are a little more different, though, than these are. These are much more similar and intertwined.
yeah, we'll talk more about it. But I did want to give the release date of that because, again, they're kind of a package deal. Like, they don't even have their own separate Wikipedia articles.
Right.
Mario Golf came out June 11th, 99 in
N64
Japan.
version specifically.
Yeah, N64. July 26th, 99 in North America, and September 14th, 99 in PAL territories. As far as first encounters, I was aware of the Mario sports games because I was a big Game Boy Color fan. I had a Game Boy Color. I loved it. But the idea of video game golf wasn't really something I gave a shit about until I was an adult. So it was lumped in with every other sports game for me. In that I didn't care. I ignored it. I think it was Neo Turf Masters that convinced me of the beauty of video golf.
Yeah.
That was the game for me. So I knew of it, but didn't ever play it.
The more I think about it, Mario Golf 64 might have been the one that convinced me to play golf games.
Oh, really?
Because I had rented it. I don't remember why I rented it. It just happened to. And me and my friends got super hooked on it. And I was upset that I couldn't make a character without also buying a Game Boy Color game and buying a transfer pack, which wasn't even on the market yet.
Nope.
And so I was upset and didn't end up getting the N64 game until many years later when I also got the Game Boy Color game, both used for like $10-15 each. But
yeah. I think my Mario Golf is that copy because I think I got it from you, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
I think so. So my Mario Golf and my Mario Tennis on GBC are those copies. So there you go.
Yes, sir.
Third hand at this point.
Yeah.
Development for Mario Golf. This is it's the third game in the Mario Golf franchise in the West, but the fifth if you're counting all games that are golf and feature Mario.
Right. And even then, the older games Nintendo does not consider part of the Mario Golf canon so much as just golf games that were Mario.
Mario was in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So very technically, the first game was Golf Japan Course, which was an FTS expansion to Black Box Golf that added, among other things, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
And then they later released Golf US Course. I think it was like a year later. This is the second expansion module that had more content, and Mario had a new outfit. And then, of course, that leads into the first, proper Mario Golf game, which is NES Open Tournament Golf.
Which Nintendo doesn't consider it a proper Mario Golf game.
it is not part of the Mario Golf franchise, but it is a full-fledged game in which you golf as Mario, so it feels weird to not say something about it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, into Mario Golf on 64, which is the sister game, and then into Mario Golf GBC, which is the game we're talking about in this here episode right now and stuff like that. So to give everyone the full Mario Golf history, this is the culmination of 4 previous games that have done Mario and golf in some way.
Yeah, and also, as far as development goes, we have to mention Hot Shots.
Yes.
Because Camelot had just wrapped up on making Hot Shots Golf for PS1. And so, therefore, we can assume they carried over some DNA from Hot Shots Golf or Everybody's Golf into Mario Golf.
Really, in some ways, if you want to be really pedantic, Hot Shots is also, in a way, spiritually part of the Mario Golf franchise.
Yeah, the first one was anyway. The rest of them were all developed by somebody else.
But it's the same people making golf games. So
and if you play Hot Shots and Mario Golf back to back, they're very similar games. Yeah. Not the Game Boy Color one though. That one is a little different.
So HAL Laboratories and by extension Satoru Iwata worked on all the golf games leading up to Mario Golf. So the Golf Japan Course, Golf US Course, NES Open Tournament Golf. And Iwata did express some concern that Nintendo's golf reigns were being handed to another company in interviews. Because Satoru Iwata worked heavily on Black Box Golf, and it was a beloved title to him.
Yeah. That's why it was included on the Switch.
I have a quote in interviews from him where he says, quote, "I had really wanted to make a golf game for the N64 too, but the timing wasn't right. Then, while we were working on other things, Nintendo released the definitive golf game for the system, Mario Golf 64. I admit that we felt kind of emotional about that, given our history of making golf games for Nintendo. And it was like, we're supposed to be the ones making the Mario Golf games. And I can just feel him. He's like, I'm the golf guy. I'm the guy that did golf on Nintendo.
However, when he became president, he did continue to hire Camelot for it. So clearly he liked their work on it.
Sure. But I can feel the betrayal.
Oh, yeah.
The secondhand betrayal of Satoru Iwata being like, you did what? There is little information about Camelot as far as actual in-house work that went into Mario Golf, either 64 or GBC. They do seem to look back fondly on it in interviews.
Yeah.
I read a few interviews of other golf games they were making, other Mario Golf games, other games in general, and they do mention it fondly. But of course, they do still make the Mario Golf games, so it would be bad business for them to not remember them fondly.
It is weird how they went from Shining Force into Hot Shots into Mario Golf, and now they exclusively make Mario Sports games.
Now it's just Mario Sports all the way down. It's very weird. But yeah, since they are still the Mario Golf people, of course they're not going to say
Yeah.
anything bad about Mario Golf. But again, I couldn't find really anything about internal development information about the game, which was unfortunate. You mentioned it, and I do want to note, the N64 transfer pack did allow golfers from the Game Boy Color game to play in the N64 game and earn experience and stuff, which we'll talk more about in a minute.
Yeah.
But the transfer pack wouldn't release for 6 months after the game came out.
Yeah.
So they were, sister games in name only for half a year while people waited for this transfer pack to hit so they could use new features in Mario Golf 64 that had been unable to be used to this point. So
there was. However, there were Game Shark codes immediately that let you put those characters in your N64 game. However, they were all level dumb.
Yeah.
So they were useless characters.
It feels very weird and poorly planned for Nintendo to do this and then not release the the transfer pack had to have been delayed for manufacturing reasons or something. There's
I assume there was some delay there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
they just didn't want it to launch with Mario Golf. They wanted it to launch with Pokemon, and Pokemon got delayed.
Maybe.
So who knows?
Maybe. Onto the game itself. As far as presentation, it's cute little Game Boy Color sprites with an overworld. You get to traverse the various clubs and challenges with this top-down overworld that moves you between locations and stuff. I think it's pretty cutely presented. Anytime I see like top-down humanoid sprites on the Game Boy Color, it just feels Pokemon-y to me, and I think it's just because I played so much fucking Pokemon.
Probably, yeah.
But it's a cute enough game. There is a weird what's that Pac-Man game where you're like walking through a neighborhood and it's a weird fucking perspective?
Like Pac-Land?
Pac-Land. When you're in the clubs and stuff, like walking up and down the little lanes, it has this weird sort of shifted, tilted 3/4 Pac-Land sort of perspective, which is very strange to look at. But I think it's pretty well presented, and cute, and has
it is very adorable, and the music's catchy and charming and all that.
Sure, it's got a decent animation for a Game Boy Color game. I'll say that. It's good looking. It's well animated.
If you compare graphically to prior Game Boy Golf games, especially prior to the Game Boy Color, it looks really nice. You can much more easily tell what's going on the course, what's going on at the greens, all that. So,
and also to this point, golf game presentation hadn't really been fully standardized.
Yeah.
Like what you do and don't see as far as like, do you get a bird's eye view of the course, or is it only first person view, or like how when and where do you get to change clubs or shift your directions, or how the information is presented. And so I think it was pretty well done here, and pretty well put together.
I feel like Camelot really fleshed all that out between the PS1 and N64 game, and being able to condense it down into a Game Boy Color game was really impressive.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do you want to take it away with the gameplay?
So I can try. I haven't played it in a few years, to be honest. So
it's hard. It's hard. I'd played it. So I played through. I rolled credits on the game.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of the star challenges.
Did you do all the courses, or did you just do the story courses?
I did all the story courses, and then I unlocked the Peaches course, and I cannot fucking get past it to get to the secret course.
Because it's impossible.
It's so hard. Even abusing save states, I'm having a really hard time getting past it.
It's crazy. It's the worst. So you got your standard mode, which is more similar to the PS1 and N64 games, where it's just regular golf, just an exhibition course, and then you also have the story mode. And the standard golf gameplay is pretty similar to other golf games that had released up to this point. You aim where you want to fire. You choose your club. You press A to begin the power meter. Press A again to choose your power, and then press A one more time to hit the ball. And you can adjust your spin with the D-pad while the power meter is moving. You can also select power shots, just like in the N64 game, while you're choosing your club.
So spin adjustment was interesting to me, because a lot of golf games I play, you can adjust your spin. You don't have to be in meter to do it. You can do it before you swing.
Yeah, I think this was just they didn't have enough buttons, so that was where they managed to squeeze it in.
And so it ends up being really difficult to adjust your spin. Unless you're just
going in real life, I imagine it would also be difficult because you're doing it while you're putting.
Like unless you're going max all the way up or down, and even then, sometimes like my brain can't push a button and hold a button at the same time. But yeah, I didn't even realize I could adjust the spin until I ran into, because the game is riddled with tutorials.
Yeah.
Not just
And
for
a manual.
Yeah, and a manual, not just specifically for Mario Golf. Now I did read the manual, but there's stuff in the game that's not in the manual.
Right.
Because this is a surprisingly simulation heavy golf game.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got your standard stuff, you've got spin, you've got wind adjustment, but also you've got things where like you can chip over trees even though your shot alignment will say that you can't. Weird little tricky things that you just kind of have to learn as you're playing the game.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd be like, if I'm shooting into a tree and the game's showing me the big X and it's like, yeah, you're going to hit that tree, I just assume I'm going to hit the tree no matter what. But then the game's
depends
like,
on what kind of spin or whatever you have on there, and also how hard you hit it.
But then the game's it reveals to you like, no, this is simulation enough that we can simulate you overcoming this obstacle.
Right.
So surprisingly in-depth golf simulation, I feel, for a Game Boy Color game.
Also, a good tutorial system as far as talking to the different people at the clubs and having them give you the little challenges. And everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty solid.
I would say this has been sold to me as a golf RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I agree with that, really.
It's a golf game with an RPG interface attached.
I would say there's a career. I mean, you gain stats.
You have to remember, prior to this, sports games did not have this kind of a career mode, and its presentation is similar to a Game Boy JRPG.
It looks JRPG. I think I was just expecting a little more than just, oh, you gain levels and you can pick. Do you want your drive to go up or one of your other stats to go up? And
this isn't World Court Tennis.
I think I just wanted, you know what I wanted? What would have done it for me? And I would have been like, yes, this is an RPG. And I think the GBA games are even more RPG-y than this one is. But and tennis may even be as well, because it was later.
Yeah.
But if there's gear selection, I think that would have done it for me.
Oh, like if you could choose your clubs and all that.
Yeah, like different sets of clubs or something. I don't even know. I like different tees or balls, or I have no idea. That would have, I think, just the layer of gear would have kind of set it off. As it is on the RPG front, it's pretty light.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just you gain experience and you can put that into stats and stuff, which is very RPG-like.
The game also does sort of hype up the champion. So each, there's 4 clubs in the game that are in the story mode anyway. There's more clubs than that. There's 5, but in the story mode, there's the 4. Is there 6? 4, 5. So there's 2 after the Peach course.
No, there's 1 after Peach, because there's 4 and then Peaches and then the pitch and putt.
Oh, right, math, because 4 plus 2 is 6.
Yes,
that's how math works.
That is true.
It's late, okay? It's very late at night, and I'm tired. What the fuck was I saying? So they hype up the champions in the game. Like you go to the Maria Club or whatever, the first one,
Marion,
the Marion Club, and they're like, oh, these
are just Mario with an N at the end.
They're like, oh, these are the golf champions, and they tell you all about each of them, and then like you go and you do the tournaments, and you never like see the other golfers in the tournaments, ever. You see them in the challenge mode separately, but in the story mode, when you're theoretically beating them in all these tournaments, they just kind of never really. I mean, they're on the leaderboard, but that's
and you can unlock the big 4 to play as them too.
Yeah, once you beat them in versus mode, then you can. Which, man, the versus mode is crazy hard.
Oh yeah.
It's so hard. It's just one-on-one golf, and it's like you have to sink more. You have to get a better score on, like, is it 10 successive holes than them? Like and it's really fun. Because the problem is you pick the easy courses because you want it to be easy, but then it's easy for them too. And God, it's really hard to unlock everybody. And I swear the computer cheats in the versus mode.
Yeah, it cheats real bad.
Because I was abusing save states pretty heavily. Because I was playing on my analog, and even with those, the versus mode took forever. But yeah, it's tough. Anyway, I completely interrupted you to talk about JRPG stuff.
Oh yeah. So JRPG stuff. So yeah, you got your experience points, and that's basically it.
Yeah, you can get experience points from, because you get them from win or lose just playing tournaments,
Yeah.
but you can also get them from I've seen them called star challenges, like just scattered
Yeah,
around the
little challenge
world.
things.
Yeah, there's people that are like, oh, can you sink this putt, or can you,
Yep.
get this within 5 yards of the pin, or
And
whatever.
those also kind of act as a little tutorial kind of thing.
They are, yeah. There's one like right at the beginning of the game. It's this guy. It's like, can you get a hole in one? And when you can't, and he's like, golfers today are fucking pitiful. I mean, I didn't say fuck, but he's like really rude about it.
Yeah.
And I
then
could
he
never get a
slaps you in
hole
the
in
face.
one, and so I just have to be pitiful to this guy for forever.
Yeah.
But you get experience for those as well.
Yeah. And I do like that even if you lose, you get experience, because it makes you feel like you have a better chance the next time, which made me more willing to lose things and then try again rather than just scumming it. Because if you save scum it, it's just going to keep getting harder because you're not going to keep getting
Right,
experience.
you're not getting XP. You'd have to go do the star challenges on top of it, which is what I did.
Right. Yeah.
Another thing is you start like kind of so low level that it's fucking
Shitty.
impossible.
You're really shitty at the beginning.
I mean,
which
super shitty.
Also, if you're going to import your character into the N64, do not import a fresh new character. You need to level up your character, or there is no reason to import them over.
Yeah. It's a real, like, right off the bat, because I mentioned it to you. I was like, maybe we could do Mario Golf. I started it a couple weeks ago and was getting my ass kicked so hard that I put it down. I was like, clearly I don't fucking know how to play video game golf. And turns out I didn't. And Mario Golf had to teach me its ways.
True.
But man, it was.
But also, you need some experience.
Right, you got to gain experience points.
Yeah.
And it was tough. It was tough.
So just real quick, your playable characters.
Yes.
You got Kid, Sherry, Azalea, or Joe. So you got 2 girls, 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you pick?
I picked Kid.
Okay, the generic one, yeah.
Yeah, the most generic character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got your 4 champions, which are unlockable. You got Putz from the Marion Club, Grace from the Palm Club, Tiny from the Dune Club, and Genius from the Lynx Club. I hate that name so much, Justin. I've always hated it. I hate it.
Yup. Now,
it's the worst.
What's weird to me is Mario characters, you only get Mario and Luigi, and you can unlock Wario.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. Whereas on the N64, you only have Mario characters, and you have to import in any custom characters.
That's a pitiful lineup.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
I mean,
well, they improved on it on all future portable Mario Golf games,
right?
Because
but just,
people complained about it.
It's so pitiful that it's barely Mario. It's like golf featuring Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he's the champion of the Peach Club,
right? But still, it's just kind of weird. They have other characters in here, but you can't play as them.
Right. You mostly just see them on the leaderboards.
Yeah, like they exist. There's a bunch of them. Baby Mario's there. Is this the first Baby Mario appearance post?
He was in N64 Mario Golf.
Okay, but these 2 games, is that his first appearance?
I believe
post
that's his first time after Yoshi's
Island. Yeah, the first time we've seen him.
And I remember he was my friend's favorite character on N64 Mario Golf, just because anytime if one player was playing as him and another player got a good shot, you would hear Baby Mario go, "Nice shot!" And he sounded like Skeeter from Doug.
But yeah, on the Game Boy Color one, it's you get Mario and Luigi and Wario if you're really fucking good at the game.
Yeah,
and that's kind of it.
And that's it. Yeah.
I guess we could go through the courses. The Marion Club is the regular one. Palm Club is palm trees. Dune Club is sand trap heavy.
Yeah.
Lynx Club was really fucking hard.
Yeah, that one's rough. And then you think it's hard until you unlock the Peach's Castle Club.
Peach's Castle is crazy difficult. There's star-shaped sand traps fucking everywhere.
Yeah, there's giant fucking lakes in the middle of every fucking course.
Because every course is shaped like a character. Mm-hmm. And so you've got to have big giant swaths of stuff. Yeah. And they don't just make it green or fairway. It's always like water, rough, or something else. Really, really tough holes. And all the windage is always like 18 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Completely horizontal to how you're shooting.
Well, Peach lives in a tornado.
Right, clearly. She got 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts at all times.
Right.
It's I can't beat it. I still haven't beat it. I'm still trying. I'm pecking away at it slowly. But I'm feeling the call of Neo Geo Pocket Color Neo Turf Masters. But I'm trying to get through it. So I've not played Golf Guru's Pitch and Putt.
Yeah, I never did either. Just
Really?
Peach's Castle is impossible.
It's, God, it's so hard. I'm save scumming the shit out of it, and I'm still like I've gotten I don't know. I'm like -4 or -5, and I'm late.
Yeah, I think on Peach's Castle you have to score -11 to win.
Jesus,
like that.
-11.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oof. Tell us about the field courses.
Oh, it's just little kind of mini courses that you find. You got your Windy Valley, your Mini Lake, your Tiny Tots Golf Grounds, which that sounds inappropriate, and Ravenwoods. Just little places you can find. There's also the Golf Clinic and the Club Maker's Hut. Just little things that you can find in the overworld, which is cute and neat, and I like that.
Yeah, you find your little side quests and do your star challenges and stuff, and
yeah.
learn new things.
Now I want to tell you about the fucking transfer pack.
All right, tell me about this, because I've never done the transfer pack, because I only played on Game Boy Color.
So you can copy over your Game Boy Color players to the N64 game, including whatever stats you've developed on the Game Boy Color, so that you can import them into Big Boy Mario Golf and play the real game, right? And playing on the N64 then gains you more experience that you can transfer back to the Game Boy Color game. And other stats about your gameplay are transferred back to the Game Boy Color game, and it unlocks a new menu on the Game Boy Color game that's just your N64 stats, like how many holes you played and how many holes you won and sand traps you hit and all this other stuff.
Okay.
So you got all these additional stats. However, the characters do not permanently save to the N64 cartridge. You must transfer them every single time you play.
Gross.
Also, there are 4 slots for characters that you can import on the N64 game. Justin, how many save slots were there on the Game Boy Color game?
Not that many.
There are 3. So if you want to import 4 characters over, you need multiple carts. Or some dude on the internet, I was researching this, was like, so what you're supposed to do is import your 3 characters over, then erase a save file, create a new game, start playing it, and then transfer it to the N64. I'm like, well, who would fucking do that? That makes no sense. And you can't transfer it back.
Jesus Christ.
So no, you need multiple carts in order to transfer all 4 characters. I guess it assumed that all of your friends would have their own Game Boy Color game.
I mean, is this not what Nintendo has always assumed, that you have 3 friends that also have Game Boys and all the same games as you and want to hook them up to your N64 and your GameCube and shit?
Yeah, just fuck off, Nintendo.
What's that penny arcade like? So I guess I gotta buy a fucking house so I got somewhere to live while I play the game, and then I gotta buy food so I don't die while I'm playing the game. Then I gotta
buy sex workers to play the game with me.
Gotta buy 4 Game Boy Advances just to play Crystal Chronicles. Yeah. No, that is exactly what they assume.
Yes.
Is that you would just go make Mario Golf friends at your rooftop parties. Look, here's the thing. I don't know what fucking life Nintendo thinks we're all living.
Right.
I've never been to a party on a rooftop ever in my life.
No, it doesn't happen.
Maybe
it's just because we live in a city where there aren't rooftops.
I've been on a rooftop bar.
Yeah, I've been to a rooftop restaurant once.
But it was really gross. So I don't know that I would want to take my Switch there.
The restaurant wasn't as gross.
Okay, well, that's good. That's
fine.
You know, I have also been to a rooftop restaurant. Now that I'm thinking about it, my life is more rooftop-centric than I was originally thinking, but I've still not had any parties there.
No rooftop parties.
And that's basically it for gameplay. It's a pretty light game in the realm of, I think, what we've come to expect from Mario Golf and Mario sports games in general, because they've become pretty robust over the years, although they've dropped RPG mechanics in the newer Mario Golf games, which is
they still have some, just not as much as they did on the prior handheld.
There's kind of some career modes a little bit. It's just. As far as reception, I just copy and pasted the EGM review because in it they were bitching about the transfer pack not existing, but they still said that Mario Golf GBC is a really good title. And as they say, it has top-notch gameplay on par with its N64 cousin. And the RPG elements are enough to push it into the must-buy category. You got all 8s. Got an 8. 8 across the board. And most reviews are pretty kind to the game. It seemed to do well, and people seem to enjoy it. And reception was solid enough that they've made, like 7 more Mario Golf games. So, For Legacy, they still make Mario Golf games. The most recent was Mario Golf Super Rush on Switch in 2021, which
I couldn't handle that one.
I heard was not great.
Having to run between holes, I hate that. I hated it so much.
I didn't even pick it up.
Yeah.
I had 3DS
I wanted
Mario
to
Golf,
like it.
and it was fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
And so I didn't pick the next
last one I really loved was GameCube. That one was great.
Yeah. I really I really want the RPG-ness, I think, is what I'm after.
I'm okay without it, as long as the game itself is charming and engaging.
Yeah. After Mario Golf Advance Tour, the RPG elements became less and less present. It for a minute there, the joke was, handheld Mario sports games are RPGs, and console ones are just sports games.
Sims.
Sims. And then that after 2 games, that kind of stopped being true.
Yeah.
World Tour on 3DS and Super Rush do have some sort of, I'd call them RPG adjacent features.
Yeah.
I'd call them career mode features. I don't know that I would call them really RPG elements.
I was reading something about Advanced Tour specifically on GBA.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they reused some of the game code that they had made for Golden Sun.
Oh.
So it has even more RPG DNA in it than one would think.
I need to play those. Maybe I'll play that one next. See if it's as impossible as Peach's Castle. The game was re-released on 3DS Virtual Console in 2012 and Nintendo Switch Online on March 12th, 2024. Obviously, transfer pack compatibility is missing from both releases because you get they can't.
They hate fun.
Nintendo doesn't know how that works. They forgot.
Yeah,
they forgot how to do that.
Well, they assumed that we don't all own Switches, so we couldn't have all transferred.
Right. So
together.
what they can't. The engineers at Nintendo can't crack it. They're not sure what to do. So I'm a little curious as to the status of the Mario Sports franchise. It feels in the last decade or so like it's been on kind of a decline.
It's been feeling pretty stagnant.
It's felt stagnant. The last few releases have not been well celebrated. The last Mario tennis game, people fucking hated.
Yeah, it was not great.
So I really feel like I don't know what's going on.
Well, the last couple of them, I would say both golf and tennis, they felt like they were 3DS caliber games at full price tags.
Yeah, I could see that.
That was my biggest issue.
And it really feels like the late N64 and GameCube era was really sort of the heyday for Mario Sports. It's also when we got other Mario. We got Mario Baseball. We got Mario Soccer. I think there was a Mario Basketball.
Yep.
We got Mario DDR in that era.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad to see, the state of the Mario Sports franchise and where it's gone and where Mario Golf's gone. I hope that they right the ship.
Yeah.
Maybe give it to someone else. Let someone else take a crack at it. That's not Camelot. I don't know.
But then what would you're right. Give it to someone who's not Camelot so that Camelot can make a new Golden Sun.
Yeah, there you go. No, I take it back. No, I played Golden Sun DS. Don't make another one of those.
Make another Shining Force.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe Camelot has just been on the decline, but
maybe.
After they were hitting it out of the park in the
90s and into
late
the
90s, early aughts.
Yeah.
And then once we hit kind of the DS era, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
So I don't know. As far as final thoughts, it's good golf. If anything, I would say kind of a little too simulation-y for my tastes at times. You really do got to put some time into your character for them to be worth a shit at all.
Yeah.
But I do still think it is rock solid golf. I don't prefer it to Neo Geo Pocket Color Neo Turf Masters, which is still my go-to portable golf. But it's up there. It's a pretty damn good golf game. I'll say that. It's kind of bare bones. There's not a ton to it, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done, well put together, fun outing. And if you like challenge, man, it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, I always preferred the console games over the handhelds, but it's fine.
Just fine, huh?
It was fine.
I think it was fine plus. That's my official rating.
Yeah, I can see that.
Give it a fine plus, maybe a fine plus plus. It was good.
I still prefer the console one. That's one of the few games that I will take the N64 game over the Game Boy Color game. That's very rare for me.
I'm going to reveal right here at the end of the show that I've never once played Mario Golf on N64.
It's fun. It's good. I like it.
Never done it.
Well, you should give it a try.
I might. I thought about. I was going to play it for this episode, and then I got hung up trying to beat fucking Peach's Castle.
Yeah,
I was like, I guess I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, if you import over your Game Boy Color character, he will be good.
I guess, yeah, you could do that in an emulator, can't you? I got a transfer pack.
Probably.
Because I can dump my ROM to my save to my computer with my Joey Jr. and then bring it over in an emulator because I don't have them in 64 anymore because I don't want them in my house.
Yeah, that's true. They smell.
There's some. They smell like whatever the name of the weird colors was. What was it? God, what were some of the color names for the N64? They all had goofy names.
Yeah, Atomic Purple.
It was all like
the one that I always remember.
Too radical.
Yeah.
God, the green. There's like Jungle Green.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a Patreon.
Video game.
I have no transition. It's late. I'm tired. It's after midnight. We have a Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Retro Warriors. You can get uncut versions of this show. You can get Talking Wizards.
I'm just glad that your segue wasn't, you know what else has weird names?
Yeah, you know what else has weird names? These patrons who we're going to thank right now, starting with Shane Lee.
And press play on tape.
Atreyu Wormwood.
Will and Angie, sorry.
Spooky Dookie.
I bought the donkey. She's a shiny animal.
No, they brought the donkey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I brought the donkey.
They've arrived with a donkey.
Yeah.
Chris Webb.
Cosmic A.
Jonathan Meisner.
A very angry donation.
I liked it. I was like, they also have silly names and played into your joke. And then several of the people, it seems like it probably was their actual names.
Yeah.
So just so you know, Saturn does think your names are silly.
Yeah, that's true.
He told me privately.
I think press play on tape might be a Commodore 64 reference, and I appreciate that.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Something for you olds.
Yeah, for us olds.
Anyway, thanks for listening to the show. We'll be back next week. And as always, let us cling together.